guys, it's Loey. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my kind of everyday summer curls. These take me maybe 15 minutes max. And it's something where a lot of you have been asking about a like hair curling tutorial or something along those lines. This is what I typically do on the daily, well I should say every 3 days in the summer, because on me these last 3 full days, keep in mind my hair is really damaged, it's really thick, it holds style super easily, so if you have super thin hair you might have to touch this up over the course of a couple of days, but on me this lasts absolute ages. I love the look. And I just wanted to show you guys how I do it. So yeah, let's just get into it. This is the day after I wash my hair. I'm sorry for any echoing, by the way. We are in my bathroom. I haven't done my makeup or anything. Doing my hair is typically like my first step in getting ready. So I've just brushed out all of my natural texture in my hair. So it's big and poofy and huge. By the way, Maka is in here with me. So if you hear any crying, it's because Mama isn't holding her at this very moment and she can't quite handle it. So we're going to be using a Eber. I think this is a 32mm curling wand. It's essentially a 1-inch curling wand. And what I love about this is it's just easier for me to use than your typical like curling iron, I feel like. And it also gets really hot really fast. You can't control the temperature on it, but I feel like it just warms up really fast and I can do my hair so obscenely quickly. I have very thick, very long hair. So if you can see, I'm taking a back section of my hair and I'm twisting it around itself. And what I'm going to do is curl this twist away from my face. And I will hold this for maybe, let's say like 7 seconds. Okay, and then I will let it go. Sometimes I'll try to catch it, sometimes I won't. But if you can see, it created a really loose kind of twisty curl. And what I love about this is it looks, I think, a little bit more natural, and also it just gives the hair a little bit more definition. And honestly, with these types of curls, I like to start maybe right at my chin, and then again, just hold for 7 seconds. By the way, if you were a decent person, you would have already used heat protectant. I left mine back home in Kansas, so I don't have it on me today, but you should always use a heat protectant. Okay, so let's catch this curl. And then if I catch it, I'll hold it for a minute and just let it go. And you can see the curl that forms a bit better, I think. Just sort of twists around itself. And I love the way that it looks. I always do these all back. I never do any like alternating directions. I don't know, I just don't like the way that looks with this style. So again, just kind of holding it. And I like doing it in this way because I feel like it's almost, especially when you want a more subtle curl, like you don't want hardcore ringlets, it almost looks more subtle coming down from a slightly straighter section of hair. So like up here is where I usually blow dry, and then I just let like basically whatever is left from my chin down air dry because I'm going to curl it anyways. So at this point I think you guys probably get the gist. Again, I'm curling all of my sections away from my face. I'm trying not to take anything too thick, and I'm always twisting the hair around itself going away from the face. So I'm going to continue doing this pretty much in a sped up motion on my editing program, and at the end I'll talk you guys through what I do when the curls are done. So we're on the final piece up front, and this piece I like to curl slightly differently. I give it a bit more of a twist, so the twist is a tiny bit tighter than the rest of the sections. And I'm going to start right here, and then after just a second I will almost pull the curling wand down like I'm using a curling iron. And it almost makes for a slightly looser curl. Alright, so clearly this is this half of the head done, and sometimes I'll notice that the curls look a little bit too pristine, or I want a little bit more bounce in them. So I will take just a single strand, typically a fairly thin one on the very top. Do you hear Maka going nuts over there? And I will again just kind of twist it and just curl it around the barrel. So I'm going to let the curls like kind of cool down, but first I'm just going to do a touch of hairspray throughout, and I will be using an actual like styling cream in a little bit, but this is to kind of give them some extra hold while they curl, or while they cool down. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other half of my head, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so clearly that is both halves of my head gone ahead and curled. I left kind of like the fringe area alone because that's sort of a tricky place, and I'm going to do that in a minute. What I'm doing right now is heating up my flat iron, because if you are like me and you have the kinks in your hair, or you're naturally curly and your hair, you know, even though you like blow dry it, it still has some texture to it, all you'll want to do is just take your flat iron, and then once it's heated up, just run it over those areas, but stop before you get into the curl. This is going to keep it from diminishing any of your curl or taking anything away, but it will also give you a really nice smooth top of your head, which looks really good going into these curls, I think. You don't want to over straighten it. It doesn't have to be pin straight, but enough to get out some of this texture is good. And especially up here at the fringe, it never looks good with a whole lot of kink to it. So I'm just running my flat iron over it, and then once I figure out how far down I want the fringe to go, I can actually go back in with my curling iron and curl that. So now taking the section in front that again I was kind of waiting to mess around with, I'm just getting all of that away from my face. And I'm going to start basically right down at the chin, going away from my face. I won't even attempt to curl it, it's too thin of a section. But I will just pull the curling iron down with the hair like I did with the other side. Maybe one more time because that didn't quite hold so great. So now that the curls on this half of the head have cooled down, I am taking some styling cream. This is the Tresemme Split Remedy, and I find that this is great for my dry hair because it really helps to add some moisture back in and make my split ends look a little bit better. So I'm kind of just brushing it through really, and this is also how I will loosen up my curls a bit. Because the cream helps to kind of add any bounce back in if I over brush it out, but also add some moisture, and then this of course just loosens those curls up. And obviously you could leave the curls just like this, but I almost like this slightly looser look a bit better, and you can go in with your hands and kind of scrunch it back up, shake it out a little bit, just do whatever you need to do to make it just work for you. Then of course I will just do the same thing on the other side. These curls have not completely and totally cooled rather, so I'm actually not going to do a whole lot of brushing out, but I will do a tiny bit. I find that the curls on whichever side my part has more hair falling into always turn out a tiny bit tighter, and I think that's because it's more curls because the hair is so much thicker on this side, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. Of course, one final spritz of hairspray, and that's basically it. Enjoyed, and I hope that this thirst your quench for any kind of hair curling tutorial. If you want to see anything else on my hair curling, maybe my more like dressy smooth curls, maybe something even looser and more relaxed than this, just let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until my next video, I love you girls so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye!